The loose stages there, but on the tarmac of the BIF Circuit of Ireland, even Llewellyn would admit the advantage had gone.
Obviously the cartel gravel surface suits us on the four-wheel drive. Over here it's bumpy, fast tarmac, and the route has changed a fair bit from last year. The tarmac stages are a lot faster, so that will provide good ground for the Cosworths and their extra power. So it'll be quite difficult, and we've had a few problems trying to sort the suspension on the car. We are on European spec tarmac settings, and it was terrible on the bump. So we've actually gone back to forestry settings, which are a little bit soft, but I think it'll be better than what we had before. So, you know, as I say, we've got a little bit to learn yet, and it's difficult to know how competitive we're going to be.
For Vauxhall Dealer Sport, Malcolm Wilson had a brand new Astra GTE, but leading the much-fancied Cosworths, 6 times winner Jimmy McRae.
Oh, well, hopefully it would be nice to make it 7, but the rally, if it stays dry, you know, the Cosworth will be in with a fair chance. I think it's pretty much a Cosworth country.
Last year,
very bumpy in places.
I was going to say, last year it was criticised for being too bumpy and too nudgery. Is it any better this year?
Oh yes, there's a big improvement from last year. The roads are a bit wider, and there are narrow stages and bumpy stages, but in general the roads are better.
Now, is this going to give you an advantage as it's tarmac over David in the four-wheel drive?
Well, I hope
Toyota,
so.
for instance.
We've got to try and get the better of Toyota in this event.
3, 2, 1, and the 1989 BIF Circuit of Ireland Rally is...
From Dunadry, just outside Belfast, Jimmy McRae gets the event started. The first of the 3 days will be spent heading south to Dunleary. 10 stages en route, forming the first part of the 200 miles of asphalt stages to come. And very fast stages indeed. David Llewellyn was hoping for damp or wet conditions so that the Toyota's four-wheel drive could claw back at least some of the Ford Sierra Cosworth's advantage. Driver's eye view with Phil Short, the co-driver.
Long crest, 200.
For Llewellyn, though, it was comparatively dry stages to start with, and with a misfire adding to the problems, Llewellyn was losing about 2 seconds a mile to the Fords. The clear master of front-wheel drive, Malcolm Wilson, sending the sparks flying in the Vauxhall Astra GTE. Group N is the standard showroom class, but it attracts top drivers these days, notably Pentti Aricola, who we join in his Mitsubishi Galant, Ronan McNamee, on the pace notes.
Middle crest 1, suddenly crest 1, 200, right side crest 1, into left 3.
Pentti's main opposition in Group N would be another McRae, Colin McRae. The Peugeot Challenge, though, was once again based on a 3-car team, Håkan Eriksson the team leader in a 309 GTI. Local hope Austin McHale suffering a little from fading brakes in the early stages. Nothing fading, though, about Russell Brooks, who was right among the pace-setters, twice a winner of the Circuit of Ireland, the first time fully 11 years ago. Brooks with the pace that was being set by McRae and also by his teammate Mark Lovell. This is Lovell, the Irish tarmac champion, also in a Mike Little prepared Ford Sierra Cosworth. Leo Shaw should have been in touch as well, but he was delayed when he broke a gear lever on one of the early stages. The reigning Group N champion Gwyndaf Evans now getting used to the quicker pace and heightened drama of Group A. And the other half of the Vauxhall Dealer Sport entry, Louise Aitken-Walker, in her second championship event for the team. The leaders at the end of the opening Easter Saturday stages, Russell Brooks, co-driven on this occasion by Peter Diekman. By the end of the day, he'd have just a 10-second lead over Jimmy McRae, having provided his share of entertainment on the spectator stages. Only a few seconds has separated Brooks and McRae all day, famous rivals in the championship, and especially here on the Circuit of Ireland.
This is it. Jimmy McRae, car number 1, blasting his way down
the 6 times, went a little bit sideways there. How's it going, the brakes? No drama. Wee touch of the handbrake, I think, there.
Conditions now wet, but the Ford Sierra Cosworths were still in command. Gwyndaf Evans in third, 9 seconds back from McRae. Evans, like everyone else, had occasionally been caught out by tyre selection problems as a result of the rapidly changing road conditions, but he'd be happy with his first day position. Not so happy Mark Lovell, fourth, but a distant fourth, after dropping 2 minutes with a clutch problem.
The track is slippery, as if he doesn't know already.
Lovell over 2.5 minutes behind the leader Brooks. But let's pick up the fortunes of David Llewellyn and Phil Short in the Toyota, at this point lying fifth.
3 right. 30, 4 left tightens narrows. 100. Open left into 2 right tightens narrows, 70. 1 left, 130. Caution, 2 left tightens, 2 right into 4 left narrows.
Narrow, twisting Irish lanes that provide classic rallying country that Llewellyn and Short, remember, because of pre-event problems, are in a car that's set up for the Yorkshire forests, not the switchback roads of Ireland.
30, crest 50, caution, keep right over crest, 2 left narrows. 50. 5 left into 2 right tightens gravel, 3 left. 1 right, 100. Caution, bump, 3 right tightens into 1 left. 150. Crest, 3 left tightens narrows, wet.
Llewellyn, Circuit of Ireland winner in 1986, and a very exciting bid.
Llewellyn really throwing the car through the spectator stages, but even with four-wheel drive, throwing the car through the tight, wet tarmac is a different prospect, as Llewellyn is about to painfully discover.
2 right, 130. Square, 5 right, 30. Square, 5 left.
It's much safer with Pentti Auricola and Ronan McNamee, who are coming up right behind.
Right 8 into Llewellyn's off. Left 8. They look all right. They're both out. 110 junction.
Well, we went into a field basically, and my luck wasn't with us. There was a 4-foot ditch the other side of the hedge. Otherwise, we just sort of popped over the hedge into the field and out. But there was a 4-foot ditch, and we nose-dived into the ditch. And as you can see, it was a bit wet in there.
How did you go off in the first place? What caused it?
It's a little bit of water, and the car just aquaplaned going into a 90 right. And just lost that 10 yards of braking, which I needed, of course, and just went over the hedge.
So how did you get it back on in the end, then?
We managed to persuade a friendly farmer with his tractor to come down, and we struggled for about 10 minutes, you know, about 30, 40 people, but it was right nose in. And we managed to persuade his farmer to come down and give us a tow out with the tractor.
Not the first to have been caught out by these conditions. Spectator stages like Lurgan Park present much less of a problem. This is Malcolm Wilson about to exit the event. Sad sight, because Wilson had clearly been the fastest of the front-wheel drive runners, but the suspension has been damaged, the rear wishbone bent. There's no time to fix the damage. Wilson is out of the event, and really, he can only blame himself.
Driver error, really. Lurgan Park stage, very spectator stage, and we have it in notes as an easy left corner, and it was actually on some like paving stones, and they just lost the rear end of the car, and unfortunately there was some concrete bollards on the outside, and the rear wheel hit one of those. We managed to get out of the stage. We didn't lose much time, but obviously there was no service after the stage, and we sort of run out of time trying to do temporary repairs, really. The car's fine, the car's running again fine now that we've had service, but it's just one of those unfortunate things.
But a Dundalk service